Hello. Gonna do a short video. Well, I don't know how short. Video on creating custom commands in your tool palette. This is kind of piggybacking on my other video, doing the custom commands in your custom user interface up here on the top, and now we'll do them over here in your Advanced Steel tool palette. So the other way was through AutoCAD, and this way is the Advanced Steel tool palettes. So this is kind of piggybacking also on the forum post for Advanced Steel custom commands, and Sebastian Esch did if I'm pronouncing his name right, he did a little screencast kind of showing the same thing. So I kind of learned some of this from that. So I'm certainly not taking the credit for all this, but I'll try and put it away where people can maybe understand how to do it themselves. So firstly, you go to the palette, and we want to create a new icon down here, or a new category. So we'll right click on the top, or sorry, we'll right click on the side here, and we'll add a new one, new category, and I'm going to name this ADM, which will be my company category. And then we want to pick the picture. Now I have the pictures saved, so if you go to the Advanced Steel folder, go to USA, shared, support, and I've added a palettes folder here to save my images, so that when I copy my USA folder to a different computer or whatever, all these files will go with it. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pick an icon. So I'll pick this one. I'll pick this one as my active icon. Now it'll just let you select one icon, so it'll give you one icon you can see here. So that's good. So when I click on that, it looks the same. When I click off it, it looks the same. Now if you see these ones, they look different when you click on them and you activate them. So we can also do that. I'll do that in a minute. Let me create the other ones first. So we'll right click again. We'll add another category, and I'll name this modeling, and I'll add another icon. Now these icons, palettes, these icons I created on an app on my phone, so I'll just do this one, the active one. I just created it's kind of a structure for modeling. This is for visibility. It's like a light bulb. So I create that one, and let's create that one, and I'll create another one, category, and I'll call this visibility. And I'll add another icon, go to palettes, and then I'll add the visibility one, the colored one, with the background. And I've added all three of them. Now if I want to create a custom command in one of these, what I need to do is I need to click on one that has a command in it already. So I'll click on this one, and I'll add a command. So I'll add a command. So what I want to do now is I have the commands. If you've seen my other video, I have them in a document here. So what I'll do is I'm going to do a save close, which is a very important one for me, and I'll copy from that, and I'll paste the command in there, and I'll call that save and close. And I need a picture for that, so I'm going to go in, and I have icons here that other people have created, and they've shared these. So, but there's no icon for save and close. So I actually kind of like this one. It's just one I created myself, and it's just says save and close. So I'll use that, and then OK. And that icon is created over here, you can see it. So what I'll do now is I'll drag that over into my modeling tab. So, and there I have a new icon there. If you want to close out of this, just click on the top, or a left click on the top. So now you can see I have, this is empty folder, visibility folder is empty. Sorry, and the save and close is empty. So these all act the same. So what I want to do now actually is, I want to change the other icon so there's an inactive icon. So this I learned from Sebastian's video. So what we want to do is we want to go into our folders, and let me drag this onto the screen. I'm going to go back a little bit to shared USA, go to Steel, Support, Toolbars, and then come in here and Palette Data User. So that's my user palette. I'm going to right click, and I've downloaded the same program he used, which is Notepad++. Open that. So alright, so we're in Notepad++ now. So as you can see in here, these are all the palettes. So the features palette, you can see the quick views palette, selection filters. So close all these down, and it'll bring us down to the ADM palette. If I close that, you'll see my modeling palette. If I close that, I will see my visibility palette. So here, if we go to visibility first, you can see there's an inactive image and an active image. So what I want to do is, I've named this inactive. If I go, we'll just check again. Let's go back to the palettes. If I go in here, you can see, now you should probably copy paste it, but I have this is active and this is inactive, capital I, inactive, capital I, and just check the three of them, inactive with a capital I. So you want to change the names to these. So let me move this back over. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change this to inactive. And that should be good. And then I'm going to open the next palette, which is the modeling one. I'm going to go here to the inactive image. And I'm going to change that to inactive. And then I'm going to go to this palette. And I'm going to do the same thing. This is the ADM palette, which already has model inactive. Now, I had this palette in here before. Hold on. No, modeling. Yeah, sorry, it's up here. This is it, yeah. I had this in before, and I deleted it, so inactive. Alright, so that should be good. So save that. So if we save that, I've only done this once or twice, so let's hope it works. So I've saved that. I'll close that out. I'll pull that to one side. So for now, nothing has happened. So if we close that, it probably still won't have happened. So tool palette, I think we have to close out. So so let me go here, and I'll do my save and close, and I'll close out that drawing, as you can see, which is very useful. Save and close. I'll close out that drawing. Let me close down Advanced Steel. Fusion is up to something in the background. So I'll open my Advanced Steel tool palette again, or my Advanced Steel 2020 again. And we'll see, hopefully that icon, I'll just open the first drawing file here. So I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems to have worked. So I was going to say maybe I should have closed the palette and then exited and then reopened the palette, but as you can see here, this has a blue background. If I click on this, it changes to my other image, which is not needed, but it is. I like it. I like to have it right like that, and it'll change all those images to the highlighted ones so I can see what I'm using. So you saw how I've created one of these, what I can show you now is I'll just add a couple more commands. It's basically the same way I did the first one, and if you check my other video, I added a lot of commands in that. You could just follow those same commands and add them in here. So what I'll do is I'll add some modeling commands. So let me go back to my custom commands here. I'll do the trim extend the system line, and I'll do the fillet weld radius. So let me see, fillet weld radius 0. And yeah, so let me do this one first. Trim extend to system. So copy this, right click and hold down. You're going to add a command, trim extend system. Sorry, excuse my typing. Let's put the command in there. Let's try and find the icon. So I'm going to go into palettes, and let's see, trim extend. I hope I have this one in here. I may not have copied this one across. So what I'll do is trim extend system. So what I'll do for now is I'll just add anything. I'll add in this model box one, and I'll come back and change it afterwards. So if I do trim, yeah, so I'll open that. I'll just use that for now, and then I can go back into the file and change it. Maybe I'll show you that if I have time. So okay, so that'll create that. So if I hover on it, you can see what it is. Now this obviously isn't representing what I want to do with it, so it's not ideal. So let's create another command. It's quite a bit quicker than doing it through the custom user interface. So we're going to do fillet radius 0. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste that here, and I'm going to call that fillet radius 0. And then I'm going to add a picture to that, and I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to go to palettes. Let me see where that is. I do have that one, I believe. Trim extend. See, there's the trim extend system one, and here's the trim extend line. So there's the trim extend system that I was looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and there's a fillet one in here. Fillet 0. This is the one I want. So what I might do is rename that to fillet radius before I add it. Fillet radius 0. Alright, so I'll add that, and okay, and there it is, my fillet radius 0. So that's 3 of them in there. So let me go back to my document, custom commands. There's a couple of other ones here. Hide grids, hide grading. So let me add one of these. Copy, hide grids. So what I'll do is add another command. The command would be hide grids. So I'll do grids off. And then get a picture for that. I'm going to go back to my palettes. And I'm going to go to hide grids. Okay. Okay, and there's my hide grids. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a separator. And I can move that up there, and that'll separate those. And then click on the top, and there you go. So now what I'll do is, let me turn everything on. There's your grids. If I go back and activate this, turn grids off, there's all your grids gone. Save and close. That'll exit that drawing. And there you go. That works pretty good. So let me open it again, and we'll go back in and we'll change the image for this one here. So in Advanced Steel, we can't change it here. We need to go back into that file editor notepad that I was in. So let's go back in here and let's do edit with notepad, and it's going to be in my modeling tab. And if I come down here, you can see the command is here as well, so we can change the command in here if you want to. So if you put the command in incorrect and it didn't work, you could come back in here and edit it. If you don't want to come in here, you can also delete it from your tab. If you go back here, you can just delete it from here and then re-enter it, which is probably almost as quick. So if you see add separator, so if I come down, Sport Palette 1, trim extend, trim extend system. I'm just trying to see where the JPEG is here. This one, save and close was good, so it's trim extend system line. This one we want, I put in model boxes off is in there, so that's not the one we want to use. We want to, and it's going to be in palettes, so it's not in this next category. It's going to be back in the palettes one, and it's going to be this one. So I'm going to rename it, and it's a PNG. So let me copy. I'll copy that. I'll come in here. I'm going to delete this. Let's delete this back. We want to get rid of the one folder because it's not in that one folder. And then let's paste. Now, I haven't done this before, so this is kind of my first time doing this. So this is in trim extend system. There's the command, and here's the JPEG, and you can see down here, here's the next command, description, fillet radius. So let's save this again and close this down. So now this won't have changed yet. Now let's close that palette and let's exit Advanced Steel again. And Fusion's up to something again. Let's open Advanced Steel again, and this should have changed that icon, hopefully. If that didn't change that icon, then we can just delete that command and just re-enter it, which will only take you like a minute to do that. So I'm going to open this again. Like I said, if you wanted to, if I go, sorry, that's in my commands. Let's open this steel palette. So there, it's changed the image. Now, if I didn't want to change the image, I could just right click here, delete this one, add a new one, which only takes a minute, and add the right icon there. Now, I'll move these icons around later. I'm going to put the trim extend line here. I'll move these around, but it gives you an idea. And check out the forum post. If you want to find the forum post, just go to Google and do Advanced Steel commands, custom commands, Advanced Steel custom commands, and it'll be the very first one there. And there's a lot of stuff in there. So all these guys in here help me with this. I'm just trying to put it all together a little bit to help other people if they want to do it at home or do it on their own systems. Obviously not home. At home right now that we're all on lockdown. But that's it. Click back up top here. You can see the modeling tab. It's written in up here. Visibility is written in here. So this is exactly the way you want everything. The way I want it, at least. It kind of matches pretty good. I'll probably change this image because it's a very detailed image that you don't really want in there anyway. So in saying that, I hope this was a helpful video. If it was, please give me some feedback. Feel free to share this video. Feel free to subscribe. I don't do a lot of videos, but hopefully I'll be able to do some more as I move along. Maybe day-to-day tasks that don't work, do work. And if you have any suggestions or if you have any advice, it's more than welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Bye.